Buffalo goes to Miami this week, one of the headline games, and it is going to be a hot one in Miami Gardens. Projected to be just shy of 90 degrees, maybe a little bit cloudy, but it's still going to be hot. If you're in South Florida, you know what that humidity does to you.
No question.
I'm not sure, though, that the heat is even enough to stop this red-hot Buffalo Bills offense.
I mean, you're not lying, Jeremy. I mean, can the Bills be beat? They remind me of Thanos in an Infinity War. Like, nobody can stop them. I picked against them in the spread last week. I thought 10 points was disrespectful to the Tennessee Titans. Well, they showed me early and often that, we needed more than 10 points. I mean, shout out to Ken Dorsey, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, to be in that position, Brian Daboll leaves. There's so many questions. Can this offense be explosive as it was? Gabe Davis didn't even play in the Monday night game. And Stephon Diggs, they did a really good job moving him around. Now, the Tennessee Titans did have some issues in their secondary, a lot of injuries. Christian Fulton wasn't playing. But they took full advantage, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're the better team. Take full advantage of it. I mean, I don't think anybody can stop this Buffalo Bills offense. And then on defense, to me, they do what they do. Now, I am a little concerned because on defense, Dane Jackson won't be there. They'll be starting 2 rookie corners. Yep. But they do what they do. Leslie Frazier plays that cover 2 defense, but he's multiple in the way he gets to it, Jeremy. They disguise so well. And as long as Jordan Poyer, who came up on the injury report today and didn't practice, and Michael Hyder back there, they're going to be just fine. They went and got Von Miller as a closer for games like this. Go and get after the quarterback. It won't be like when Miami played the Ravens. If the Bills get a big league, they're not going to surrender that.
Well, and with Gabe Davis back, too. I mean, I had Stephon Diggs in fantasy in 3 leagues, managed to come back and win with that. So, I mean, Gabe Davis, good for Bills fans to have him back. But, I mean, I kind of like the use
got to share that shared target now. You're like, nah, I don't like.
After that epic comeback last week versus the Ravens, I mean, this is the biggest test so far for Tua, McDaniels, Tyreek, and the Dolphins. So what should their approach be versus the Bills in this defense?
Yeah, we're going to see what the Miami Dolphins are truly about. What is the line? -5.5. I'm actually taking the Bills because I'm not betting against them until they win with that line. But their approach should be like it was last week, right? Even though they were down by 21, nobody hung their hat. They went out there and were efficient. Tua Tagovailoa threw for almost 500 yards. I don't think I've seen many games where a quarterback throws for almost 500 yards, Jeremy. But it was this catch right here to Mike Gesicki. This is what I learned a lot about Tua, because at the time I think they were down by 21. I think it was towards the end of the second quarter, and it was 3rd and 13. That's a big boy throw to give your team confidence going into half to know we could potentially come back in this game. A few coverage busts. We see Tyreek Hill running past the defense a couple times. I don't know how in the hell you let Tyreek Hill get behind you. This is the fastest man in the NFL. You know that's the one guy you got to stop. Jalen Waddle has been sensational the first 2 weeks of the season. Now, the run game definitely needs to come along for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
I think they have to run the ball a little bit more to be more effective in this game and keep it close. And with Mike McDaniel, I'm a little surprised the run game hasn't been better, because that was one of his specialties when he was in San Francisco. But yeah, just go play football to it, right? Don't worry about it being the Buffalo Bills and all the indications of what's happening with this game. Play like you did that second half, carefree and loose.
That line was 6 points. It's now down to 5.5. The total was sitting at 52. That's also now adjusted. So how do you see this one going? Because this Bills defense is really hard to run against.
Correct.
Right? And so the Dolphins have struggled with the run game. But if anybody's going to come up with a game plan, it's going to be Mike McDaniel here, right? So, I mean, what kind of a game are you expecting? How do you see this going?
Yeah, again, the one thing that concerns me about the Bills defense is you're starting 2 rookies. Now, Christian Benford at corner has played well, and Kyer Elam had to come in once Dane Jackson got hurt, and I'm glad he's doing a lot better. But that's the one thing that concerns you because of the speed of the Miami Dolphins. You got Waddle out there, you got Tyreek Hill. I think this game, again, Miami has to establish the run game. They haven't done it the first 2 weeks. They got to keep this game close. Ultimately, I just think with Gabe Davis coming back, Stephon Diggs, the way that Josh Allen is playing, I believe it's just too much. Even though it will be hot and muggy and humid down here in South Florida, I believe the Bills still cover that 5.5. Take the Bills. They cover the -5.5.
Yeah, that number jumped to 52.5 for the total for that game. So, I mean, it could be a track meet.
They're expecting fireworks, but we almost thought that last week versus Tennessee. I think both teams scored on the opening drive, and then the defense settled in. And this is what people have to understand, Jeremy. Offensive coaches have a scripted first 15, right? So they're going to call those plays no matter what. Then after those 15 plays go away, how do you adjust? Tennessee didn't adjust. We'll see if Miami can adjust after their first 15 plays.
Forget if they win or lose, but if Miami keep this game close, I mean, is that good enough in terms of a measuring stick of where this Dolphins team is at?
Yeah, I mean, you never want to say that as a player, right? Because there's no consolation prizes. But if they measure up pretty well in this game, I think they have to feel confident that they can make a true playoff run. I mean, I think everybody had the Bills running away with this division. But if Miami keeps this close, I mean, you never know what could happen towards the end of the year.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.